Hi, I'm going to teach you how to create a form in Google Drive using their form application. We're inside of our Google Drive account. We're going to click on Create, click on Form. This is where you can pick a colorful background for your form. Let's just do blue and click OK. Oops, I forgot to title my form. That's okay, I can do it here. This is going to be a quiz and response on the War of 1812. Click OK. Now you're ready to begin. You need to think of this form as if you were creating a spreadsheet. So it's a good way to start with their last name, unless you like to organize things alphabetically by their first name. But most teachers want to do their last name. So let's do last name. We're going to change our choices. We have lots of choices. Since it's just one word, we're going to do text. So that gives them one little text box to put their answer in. We're going to make this a required question. They have to enter their name. Now I can hit done. Another thing I can do is duplicate this question again, because this time I want to put first name. So everything is the same. I just changed the question title. I click done. Now I'm ready to add another kind of question. If I go up to insert, I can go down to where it says date, because I want them to put in the date. And the question is going to be date. I've already selected that. You can also have them include the time, but that usually isn't really necessary. This is going to be a required question, and then I'm done. Now, if you have lots and lots of questions that are the same, you can just keep using the duplicate button here. But you can also keep going up to insert and choose. So let's say we want to do multiple choice just for the heck of it. And when was the War of 1812? Ha! Multiple choice, option 1 would be 1970. Option 2, 1815. And this is such a trick question. 1816. And, oops, I messed up. 1815. And then option 4 would be 1812. Now we want to make sure this is a required question and hit done. Now we're ready for another type. You could do choose from a list. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Let's do a response question. Let's give them the option to watch the video below and then answer this question. How does this music make you feel? And so here would be a paragraph text, and now we're going to make that a required question. And now we want to add a video here. So we're going to click on video, and what it's going to require is a video search. You can search for War of 1812 Overture. Oops, I spelled it wrong, but that should still pull it up. You can pick one of these particular videos. Hit select. It embeds the video in the form. You can give it a title and a caption, and then you can, which you can center down here, and then you can hit done. So now they're going to answer this question. They're going to respond to this particular video, and you can share this particular form with all your students. You're going to send form. You're going to type in your group email. You can also add a message giving them more instructions on what to do, and you can click send. If you want to preview how your form would actually look to your students before sending it to them, you can click on View Live Form. This is what it's going to look like. And you can certainly add as many questions in as you would like when you go back here to this part. Here it says accepting responses. You can turn this off when the homework date has passed and you're no longer accepting responses. Like the next morning, this was something required for homework. You turn that off so that they can't do it at a later time. So that's a really nice feature. Here, if you click on View Responses, you're going to see when they did it here. You can turn that off if you don't want that. Their last name, first name would be here. This is where the date would be, and here would be the answers to their questions. So you just have to imagine that this would be all filled out with all your students' names and their names. And another great feature of forms is you can redirect a student if they get something incorrect to a video that would give them more help, or to another question for more information, or if they got it correct, to move them on to their next homework problem. And the way we do this is that here is the question we're asking. I did something really simple, but this could be, a math problem. It could be anything. Like, what is the colors of the rainbow? So let's edit this. And what we're going to do is make sure we click this box, go to the page based on answer. So for all the incorrect answers, I want them to go to page 3, and for the correct answers I want them to go to page 2. And you can title your pages so that this isn't hard to recognize. So they're going to go to page 3 if it's incorrect. So I'm going to go page 3. And what I've had to do is make sure, I'm going to hit done, that I have made a page break here. And you do that by going up to Insert, Page Break, so that you have separate pages for each of your questions. And again, you can title your page. Now we have, yes, that's correct. And so they get a picture of a rainbow. And if they got it incorrect, then they would go here to the rainbow song. So let's go and see what that looks like. Let's go to View Live Form. And so here is my practice question. What are the colors of the rainbow? So I'm going to get it wrong on purpose. And here I can listen to the rainbow song. So if they got it wrong and they get to this page, they can listen to the song.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink.
Oh, it's red, orange, yellow. And they can click on the correct answer, hit submit, and then they got the correct answer. The ways to use Google Forms is endless. Here is a website from educatorstechnology.com. Has 20 additional ways you could use Google Forms. And there's also a really great little slide share that I'm going to show you in just a minute. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are lots and lots of templates and quizzes and things that you could download into your Google Drive and adapt that other teachers have created. Here's one, for instance, let me see if I can find it, that I found on How Green Are You? And so I clicked on Use This Template, and now I can see it in my Google Drive. Here it is, copy of How Green Are You? I can click on it. This is the actual spreadsheet. I actually go to the form and click Edit Form. And here is the actual form itself where I could click on it, change anything I want to change. I could add a new item and make it my own and click Save. And now this is my own, and let's look at it. This is what the actual form would look like for your students. And so all you'd have to do in your Google Drive is to share that with them. Once you're ready, you can click on this and click Share and put in your group name here and invite them to take the quiz. And that's pretty awesome. Let's just look at this really quickly and then we're going to end. Here's some great ideas. A mood check-in, just to see how your students were doing. Create surveys, collect data, graph results, collect and manipulate data. Either your students could do it for themselves for a project, or you could do it with them. Reading records, book reviews, teach questionnaire design. Actually have your students decide what are the best kinds of questions. I think that's pretty cool. Create assignment checklist. If your students are going to be blogging and doing some online journaling, you can organize it in Google Drive so that you can easily see their submissions, and then their blog show up on their submission shows up on their blog. You can certainly share with the world. Create collaborate Wordles. That's kind of a neat thing for language arts, or even if you're just introducing a new topic in social studies. Learning expeditions and scavenger hunts. Adding images to forms, which we talked about, which is not hard to do. Flip with forms, which we're doing now. We're doing Flip Classroom. Jeopardy with forms. So you could do really fun games. You could also do self-grading quizzes. You can also grade with Flubaroo, which is going to be another Flip Classroom that we're going to do. And pure grade class presentations. If a student, one of the best ways students learn is from each other, so you could actually have them reflecting on a group's presentation using a Google form. You could do some mapping, some paperless rubrics, exit tickets for formative evaluation. After they do it, they go in and ask them some questions. And that's about it. I hope that you learned a lot and are ready to start using Google Forms in your classrooms.